Thank you, everyone, for coming. This is a beautiful, beautiful space, and I'm so happy to share it with you beautiful people. So give yourselves a round of applause for coming tonight. The first poem I'm going to read, well, I guess the first three poems that I'm going to read are all sort of new. It's a new series that I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be much longer, but right now it's just 3 poems long. And I'm just going to jump in. It's called Music for Mussolini. Can you guys hear me okay? Is this, yeah? Music for Mussolini. He says the evening was iced tea in his mason jar, and you're so young you know what he means, how to talk to him. He's stretched across the bed, a barge at sea, wants to be in his chair. Remember when his legs worked? You don't. He wants to watch you run, skip around like his memory, feel your steps. Your mother's not even born yet. How to explain your existence? He could hop the hill faster than the mail truck. Why can't you, he asks, moving his face towards the sun, moving his face towards you, his smile. See it as confirmation. Ignore his hands shaking below the sheet, eyes reflecting the ward walls. If only he could remember, he might know you're not just one luminous tile in that sun-drenched room of hundreds. And there's no telling, but I'm certain I'd like to be dust, swept from the mausoleum floor. And often there are days like this, when I wake in the same body, and what I want the least shimmers like an earring in the lobe of a lover, and I think you are the broom, pushing everything out of reach. There's always an occupation, a rifle at someone's back, always a feeling and a clock on the wall, clumped salt in the shaker, and ships on the horizon. Be it stars or starvation, compasses are pointing. Embarrassed by all these bodies undone in the daylight, somewhere between Old Testament and tomorrow, you sit on a hill like Li Po, your heart swelling like the feet of Sisyphus. So hopefully that grows larger, but I'm still sort of working with that. The next group I shouldn't talk too much about because it's about my ex-girlfriend. So I'll just, that's how these things go. But hopefully you'll sort of get the picture. So this is about 8 poems long, but all together as one. It's called Undressing the Evening for Archie. She sits by the window, she wants to be, she is. Night seeps in her morning. She says the moon looks like the moon and the stars perforate the sky. She's trying to believe. The night. Say the night is a tree and we're perched on its branches. Say we can forget how to fly. Stretched across your window like a city you've never seen, I'm lit for a Friday night apocalypse. Put your fingers on my glass. Slide me open. Yell out, we are, they are, God is. Night falls, dark, dirty, dying. I could dance like a dog. I could sing you awake again. This could be tomorrow, yesterday, years ago. Your eyes closed like a prayer. We could race like children under the October sky, wearing nothing but a song. If I could dance like a dog, if I could be your eyes a prayer, a Somali girl walking home again, if my skin were water, what color, what texture? Would it be a summer rain puddle? Would it be murky like the lake? Would you wade through? Would you draw buckets of me? We fold evening into nightingale, breathe into it, renounce what's left, and let them say, I've darkened you. The night. Say the night is a child building fortresses in our branches. Say we will hold him. So the next series that I'll read, I'm going to read two of these, and a lot of my friends are very familiar with them. Les Gottsman is in the audience. He's this gentleman right here who's also partially responsible for these poems that I call jazzphorisms. Les writes these really terse, tough, sharp, smart poems, and this is sort of a take on that with a little Baraka mixed in and some of myself and some other things, and so Les is sort of the father of the jazzphorisms, if you will. So, jazzphorism, a human touch. A human touch, and nimble fingers to knit these knots, and not for naught, for every noose needs a nape, or is it every nape needs a noose? Either way, a neck is a nuisance. Jazzphorism, turn your lights down low. We gotta be economic with our affection. Love could break out, might kink up, conk out, terrorize your tortoiseshell. Be afraid of the voodoo you don't do in a monk's mood minute. What's rare is precious. Precious. So let's keep it few and far between these sheets. So, the jazzphorisms. Next, I have two poems, and these poems, thanks to Don Bogan, who's right over here, are in the Cincinnati Review. And that's why we're all here tonight. So, I could say a lot about these poems, so I'm just going to say nothing and read them. So, Chromatic. 1 and 2, it's an 8-part series, but 1 and 2 are featured in the issue, and you're going to hear 1 and 2 tonight. So, Chromatic 1. Oil paint and blueberry pancakes fill the air. I'm in Dad's studio. He's mixing his palette, titanium white, blue, crimson, streams of orange juice flowing in the kitchen. Before I can sign, he walks away, brush in hands, lips dancing. I don't know the movements. He's pushing his brush on the granddad's piano. Globs of blues spill, hit the floor, thump fresh morning sunlight like rocks skipping across sky. Chromatic 2. This is for you. You'll play the piano. He signs, pushing his brush, spurting life over the keys. I feel Mom, her hands, her anger on my shoulders. She's throwing words at Dad. Heavily they fall through my fingers. There's a lake on the keys. There's change burning in someone's pocket. Birthday candles, skates on ice, an old man's laugh, singing like Saturday. And then the final poem that I'll end with is in the memory of my late mother. So it's called The Front Seat for my mother. The front seat. When I was 14, they put me in the front seat of an ambulance. Some things a child. They called me a child. Some things a child shouldn't see, kept away like God, confined to the spaces between pages, viewing the world but not in it, never able to do anything anyone can point to with any degree of certainty. Some things should be left to mystery, to magic, a pinch of prestidigitation, and voila, now you see, now you don't. Magic, dark magic. What kind of games are we playing here? Wait, it's not your turn. They put me in the front seat, her in the back. She could have lived. Could she have lived? She could have stayed. Could she have stayed in my arms? My arms, even if she couldn't, in my arms. They put me in the front seat, her in the back with a stranger. That chilled steel box, that unshaven man hunched over, offering her a blank expression. They put me in the front seat. I was thinking, in the blaring quietude of a silent siren. I was thinking, waiting patiently at a red light. I was thinking, things must not be too serious. I was waiting. They drew straws to determine who would tell me, but mine was the shortest. Mine was non-existent. I lost. They let me see her. I saw her with tube tentacles. I saw her. They let me see her, but it wasn't her. It wasn't her. Waiting. So much waiting. Where is the arrival? I'm always expecting an arrival. I'm looking on streets you've never walked, in faces I find. I'm listening for your voice in the rain. I have a tape of your voice. I'm afraid to listen, afraid I won't recognize. I'm listening, your voice, the rain. I'm listening, your rain. I'm listening. I'm losing you all over again. Memories fading, rain. I'm listening. I dream you. Not often, but I dream you. I can't catch you. But each night after, I eat the same meal, get in bed the same time, in the same position, looking, expecting an arrival. They put a man on the moon, but I don't want the moon. I want a device to record and play back my dreams. I don't mind eating the same meal, getting in bed the same time, in the same position each night, but you're not there, and the only place we can meet. I don't know why. You keep falling like rain. I'm listening.
Thank you, Nick. All right, our last reader tonight is Ian Tuttle.